All right, this is Willie Buck Merrill from Leander, Texas. Commodore Geek, hope you're doing well, sir. I've read 2 Corinthians 5 several times over and arrived at the conclusion that it could have been an inspirational source for D.C. Fontana's This Side of Paradise, Star Trek the original series. There's some code after that I don't understand. Episode 24, I guess? Season 1, episode 24. Do you remember that particular episode where everybody on the Enterprise got sprayed by these planetary spores that inhabit their bodies, which in return make them oh so blissfully happy? The spores even make Mr. Spock openly express his passionate love toward Layla Kalomi, Jill Ireland. Everybody on the ship was under the spell of the spores except Captain Kirk. Then, Captain's log start date 3417.7. Except for myself, all crew personnel have transported to the surface of the planet mutinied. Lieutenant Uhura has effectively sabotaged the communication station. I can only contact the surface of the planet. The ship can be maintained in orbit for several months, but even with automatic control, I cannot pilot her alone. In effect, I'm marooned here. I'm beginning to realize just how big this ship really is, how quiet. I don't know how to get my crew back, how to counteract the effect of the spores. I don't know what I can offer against Paradise. Suddenly, in front of the helm, Kirk takes a face blast full of spores from an alien plant left over on the bridge. Enterprise to Mr. Spock. I've joined you. I understand now. I'll leave the full fisking of this excellent Bible chapter for another Bible Geek letter, namely Docetism, but for now, how about these verses to chew on? So we're always confident. We know that as long as we're living in these bodies, we're away from the Lord. Indeed, our lives are guided by faith, not by sight. We're confident and prefer to live away from this body and to live with the Lord. Whether we live in the body or move out of it, our goal is to be pleasing to Him. All of us must appear in front of Christ's judgment seat. Then all people will receive what they deserve for the good or evil they've done while living in their bodies. As people who know what it means to fear the Lord, we try to persuade others. Boy, I don't like this translation. The GWT, whatever that is. God already knows what we are, and I hope that you also know what we are. We're not trying to show you our qualifications again, but we're giving you an opportunity to be proud of us. Then you can answer those who are proud of their appearance rather than their character. So if we're crazy, it was for God. If we're saying it is for you, Ed, we love you. In other words, we're crazy, but not too crazy, so join us. Your faithful servant in Starfleet, WBM. So did he get converted? Is that the way it happens? Which perception is to be trusted? Pre-conversion or post-conversion? Since, as 2 Corinthians also says, all things become new. One switches to a new paradigm, and every paradigm has its own criteria for plausibility built in. P.S. I was also curious to know what your position is about the soul, purely in a metaphysical sense. For example, is the soul just the tenant that occupies the hotel Mens Mentis, wherever that may be? We know that our body, the tent we live in here on earth, will be destroyed. But when that happens, God will have a house for us. It will not be a house made by human hands. Instead, it will be a home in the heavens that will last forever. But now we groan in this tent. We want God to give us our heavenly home because it will clothe us so we will not be naked. While we live in this body, we have burdens and we groan. We do not want to be naked, but we want to be clothed with our heavenly home. Then this body that dies will be fully covered with life. This is what God made us for and has given us the Spirit to be a guarantee for this new life. I don't think there is a ghost in the machine, so to speak. I don't, however, shun the use of the word soul. I think it has too much of a good literary background, and namely that it seems to be a colorful metaphor for integrity. If you're losing your soul, that's what you're losing, your integrity. So I like the word, but I think the idea of a etheric soul or something, though certainly possible, how would I know, is really a kind of superstitious hypostatization of one's integrity. Again, just my opinion.